So now we can remove the throttle shaft from the carburetor, just like so. Throttle shaft spring replacement. Welcome back to the Power Public YouTube channel. Over the last few weeks we've been doing the Race Day Survival series, and today is the third installment. We're at the track racing our go-karts hard just the other week, and we had a huge meltdown in the pits because we couldn't get the throttle shaft spring, which was faulty / broken, off and back on in between the 10 minutes it took from the time we noticed it when we had to go to the race. We had to switch to our Plan B carburetor. So what I'm going to show you today is the fast and effective way to change your throttle shaft return spring. Thanks to everyone who has been subscribing over the last few weeks. YouTube is blowing up. Our Instagram and Facebook is going crazy. If you haven't followed us over there, you can click on the link in the description below. Otherwise, thank you for just liking the videos. So we've got ourselves a Tillotson carburetor. Now this is off a KA100. And these springs are notorious. This is the throttle shaft. Okay. And these throttle shaft return springs break pretty regularly. They've got a fair bit of tension, and with all the vibration, they crack just here. So the easy way to change these if they are broken is to come over this side of the carburetor, and we're going to remove this this little plate and the screw. And all we're going to do is use this little flat blade screwdriver that I've got here and undo this screw first. And now we can just slide that little retaining clip out. So for the next step, we're going to remove the butterfly and the butterfly shaft screw. So just with your flat blade screwdriver, now you can open the butterfly and simply remove the butterfly from the butterfly shaft. So now we can remove the throttle shaft from the carburetor, just like so. So this little spring has a real tendency just to crack right here, so we need to replace them pretty regularly. Now, traditionally I used to pull this end of the butterfly shaft off to get the spring on, and it's a real mission. So now I pull the whole shaft out, replace the spring, slide the shaft back on, and put it all back together. So now we're going to install the new spring onto the throttle shaft, and then we're going to install the throttle shaft back into the carburetor. And then when you get the spring down under that plate, just rotate the throttle shaft around and push it into its final position. Reinstall the retaining clip, tiny drop of Loctite, and do up the screw. So the next step is to open the throttle and reinstall the butterfly shaft, just like so. And now we can put in the little retaining screw. Make sure you add a little bit of Loctite because we don't want this guy coming loose. And then you can carefully do that one back up as well. Now when you're doing this job, take note, you must use Loctite to keep those little screws from coming loose during operation, because if the butterfly shaft especially comes loose, you could go in and damage the reeds, or worst case, damage the engine. So that's the easiest way I know how to change those throttle shaft springs, and you can do it quickly just by removing the screws. If you found the video helpful, please consider subscribing, giving us a thumbs up, or turning on those pesky notifications, and follow us on Instagram and Facebook at Power Public. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.